Dr. Sulakshna Tiwari ma'am, Principal and Professor, Faculty of Management, VNS Group of Institutions, Bhopal. It is my honor to introduce such a great personality to all of us. Her area of expertise include accounting, finance, banking, and strategic planning. Ma'am is enriched with 25 plus years of experience in industrial as well as academic sectors. Ma'am represents in Board of Studies, exam and departmental research committees at Barkatullah University. Not only this, but also ma'am has organized various international and national seminars. When we look towards her achievements, ma'am has been honored and facilitated with the Lions Club Lake City Bhopal with Utkarsh Shikshak Samman in 2014 for a great contribution in the field of management education. In addition to this, she is even honored and facilitated by the ZTV Madhya Pradesh Chhattisgarh and Trident Group with the Women's Achievers Award 2016. I welcome you to this great session now. I'm really thankful that you took time out of your busy schedule and attend this wonderful session. Now I request you to please address the session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, on this behest, I would like to congratulate the Sagar Group, the SAGE Group, for this initiative for conducting a very contemporary conference on the contemporary topic of for innovations in management and entrepreneurship. It's really looking to the we can see the last 1.5 years. We see that we are being able to conduct ourselves in different fields, whether it's the corporate world or it's the academics. Through only the latest developments, we are connected to the digital platforms. So we find that not only in the field of education, but all the other fields, we are able to do this. And if I see that, what are the different fields specifically when we are talking about the particularly topic as far as the conference is concerned, we find that the latest developments are coming up, like artificial intelligence. Especially we are talking about the augmented reality, the virtual reality when we're talking about the management. And apart from this, we talk about the 5G speed which is coming up. Then we talk about the different I should say the different activities, the different arenas in which the innovations have been made, whether it be the field of there was a higher development on the side of the internet speed. There were a lot of connecting problems. Now we find that even the remotest place in the villages are being connected. Our students ourselves are giving the online exams, and we are able to conduct ourselves in education. And there are developments in the field of medical also. We find that by through putting a simple soluble type of digital camera, in a soluble solution, it goes inside and it finds to the go through the gut and find out type of any problems in the gut. And in fact, the cancer treatment and many other things which are coming up due to this developments in the field of management is concerned. As far as the specifically as far as our field is concerned, as far as marketing management is concerned and the financial platforms are concerned, we think we are able to transfer the money through NEFT, through RTGS. Apart from this, a lot of we have been picking up because we are shifting now to digital platforms too. And we see that after the demonetization specifically, because there was no other choice like that, we see that people are now adopting to more digital platforms, and the digital payments have also taken up to a greater extent. Apart from this, if we talk about the marketing aspects, right now in the pandemic time, nobody is going like to the malls or visiting malls, but we can see the platform. You can just not by visiting the malls physically, you are able to find out the particular choice product for yourself from by using this augmented reality and virtual reality techniques. Apart from this, we are especially as far as the marketing is concerned. I was just previouspreviously I had just conducted a STTP in which we have seen it was being discussed that at different international arenas where by the use of QR code, and people are being able to get the marketing, the latest say suppose they wanted to play some games, like they wanted to promote their product through games and something, and they have put the QR code on the air, and this picture was visible. So about 9 lakh people were able to connect to it. So this is how the things are being promoted, where the latest innovations, especially the digital platforms and the technical, these things are being used to promote the products, as well as for the I should say the processes also have been digitalized. We see that people are working from home in spite of being all odds. The corporates are moving, though they are moving at a little say the slower pace, but still the innovations which have been made up, I should say that whenever there is some problem, or we can say that हम आपदा में ही अवसर को ढूंढते हैं. तो ये अवसर हमको तभी मिल पा रहे हैं, ये इनोवेशंस तभी हो पा रहे हैं जब हम रियली प्रॉब्लम्स को हम फेस कर रहे हैं. तो जो हम प्रॉब्लम्स फेस कर रहे हैं उसके बहुत सारे सॉल्यूशंस हमको इनोवेशंस में मिल रहे हैं. और जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि ये सारी चीजें जो आज हम और आप बैठ के सामने सेमिनार सुन रहे हैं, या आपको देख रहे हैं, या आज अपने प्रेजेंटर्स को सुन पाएंगे, ये भी इन्हीं सब तकनीकों की वजह से है. तो मैं आज बिना देर किए अपने जो आज के ऑर्गेनाइजर्स हैं उनको थैंक करना चाहूंगी मुझे यहाँ इनवाइट करने के लिए. हालांकि इट वाज अ वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टाइम फॉर मी, बिकॉज आज ही हमारे जैसे फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर के एग्जाम्स स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं. तो naturally जो students हैं they are facing a lot of, I mean, because I was just requesting Rishi sir also. He said it will be a really very difficult time, because since morning continuously I have been receiving the calls. Actually the students are coming from diverse backgrounds, and they're really not very much acquainted to this system, wherein the online papers are being uploaded in the university website, and now they are giving it. तो ये भी चीजें हैं जो लर्निंग की हैं, जो एक नए पैटर्न में हम लोग सीख रहे हैं. But everybody is surely learning. We are going to innovate some more things in the education also, and we hope that the students will pick up these things, because as we see that in Barkatullah University itself there are around 10,000 students, and some students are really sitting in the remote villages, not able to connect. So we are trying to help them out. That is how you have taken, that is why I'm saying that you have taken a very apt topic in which we are talking about innovations. This is a time of innovation, और हमको जो है opportunities इन्हीं जो problems हैं, इन्हीं जो challenges हैं, इन्हीं में हमें ढूंढनी है. So I would like to call upon the coordinator so that we can just start with the the presentations for the day, and thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us with the lights of wisdom. Thank you for such a wonderful address. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
एक मिनट के लिए बस मैं मैडम का थैंक यू बोलना चाह रहा था.
Yes, sir. Surely.
कि मैडम ने बहुत हमारा तो इनविटेशन एक्सेप्ट किया है. शी इज सच अ लर्नड पर्सनालिटी. तो आप निश्चित रूप से अभी जो उन्होंने कहा है उन चीज़ों को आप अपनी लाइफ में देख रहे होंगे. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर सच एन इंस्पिरेशन स्टार्ट ऑफ दिस सेशन. सच अ टाइम कि अभी आपने बताया जैसे स्टूडेंट्स आर आल्सो कॉलिंग, तो कि वी हैव टू मैनेज एवरीथिंग. जैसे हम हमारे सर भी बोलते हैं कि सारी चीज़ें एक साथ चलती हैं, एंड यही पार्ट जो है स्टूडेंट्स को भी सीखना है, दैट दे हैव टू मैनेज थिंग्स साइमल्टेनियसली, दे हैव टू मैनेज मेनी थिंग्स. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर एक्सेप्टिंग द इनविटेशन.
ऋषि जी, श्योरली आपको ये बताना चाहूंगी कि सारे स्टूडेंट्स को, जैसे इनफैक्ट जैसे कि हम लोगों ने देखा है अभी इस बार कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव वाइवा वगैरह एक डिफरेंट पैटर्न में हम लोग ले रहे हैं, तो साथ साथ इन्हीं चीजों के साथ नए हम लोग पैटर्न, स्पेशली द प्रेजेंटेशन पार्ट, एंड स्टूडेंट्स हैव टू गो अप अलोंग विद ये जो पेपर लिखने की एक विधा है, देख के उसको तो सीखना ही सीखना है. बाकी और भी चीजें जो हम टेक्निकल ये जो हमारे डेवलपमेंट्स के कारण हम देख पा रहे हैं, उसमें भी अपने आप को अब्रेस करना है। टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, एक बस छोटी सी बात यहाँ कहूंगी, पिछली बार एक रिसर्च वर्क की जब हमने यूनिवर्सिटी में क्लास ली, तो पिछली बार जब हमारा ये स्टार्ट हुआ था आपका ऑनलाइन कोर्स वर्क क्लासेस, so it was, being a person of finance, it was very difficult. Just, you know, just one day our dean sir said ki, madam, you have to take the online classes, and in finance that too of coursework. So it was like, you know, ki, how I mean, for the years we have been teaching the accounting and finance on board, how can you take up this one? But surely it was an we have to adapt, we have to unlearn and relearn the things, and it was my first initiative to teach finance and accounting through online platforms. So as you said, that everybody has to adapt. So not only the students, the faculty members, the heads, everybody is trying to adapt, because we have to fulfill our responsibilities as teachers to the students, and naturally we are doing that. तो आपने जैसा बोला, सभी चीजों को बैलेंस करना है, चाहे वो स्टूडेंट्स हो और चाहे वो टीचर्स हो और चाहे वो हेड्स. थैंक यू.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are living in the 21st century of this modern era, where technology is the most effective weapon a man has to intertwine his or her life into the threads of success and advancement. The research is conducted to analyze some of the major transformations involved in the development and diffusion of technology in our society. We have delegates from different parts who have gathered together to set up a broader horizon of perspective and enlighten all of us regarding their knowledge. Before calling the delegates, I would like to revise the instructions. The delegates will get 15 minutes total. As in denomination, 10 minutes for their presentation and 5 minutes for the query. Hoping that all the delegates are abide by the rules, I would like to call upon the first delegate, Harshit Kumar Sharma, Assistant Professor, Poonam Chand Gupta Vocational College, Khandwa. His paper is titled for Role of Trade Unions of Medical Representatives in Curbing and Unethical Promotion of Drugs.
Thank you, Muskan. I want to share my screen. If you can make me co-host, I would be able to share my screen.
Yes, sir.
My screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
The slides are visible?
Yes, sir. Slides are properly visible.
So, very good morning to everyone. Special good morning to Dr. Sulakshana Tiwari Madam, Dr. Rishi Sharma Sir, Dr. Nidhi Deoskar Madam, the authorities of SIRT, the faculty members, the presenters, and the students of SIRT. Very good morning to everyone. On this occasion of National Conference Sage Manthan 2021, I am Harshit Kumar Sharma, Research Scholar, Barkatullah University, Bhopal, Head of Department Management, Poonam Chand Gupta Vocational College, Khandwa. And I am presenting on my research paper, and the topic is Role of Trade Union of Medical Representatives in Curbing the Unethical Promotion of the Drugs. In this presentation, we will carry for the content the title of the research paper, Introduction, Research Methodology, Methods, Results, Discussion on Roles and Conclusion. Here is the title of the research, where we are focusing on the role of trade union of medical representatives, and they have a very active role in curbing the unethical promotion of drugs. So starting with the introduction, that I just want to tell about the Indian pharmaceutical industry and its global position. So globally, Indian pharmaceutical industry is ranked third in terms of production by volume. Indian pharmaceutical industry is known as the largest manufacturer and provider of the generic drugs worldwide. If we will talk about the domestic pharmaceutical market, it is estimated at $42 billion in 2021, and it is anticipated to reach US dollar 120 to 130 billions in 2030. The major key stakeholders of the Indian pharmaceutical industry are the pharmaceutical companies, the medical representatives working in these pharmaceutical companies, the physicians who are treating the patients, the pharmacies who are selling the drugs to the patient, the hospitals who are treating the patients and also selling the drugs with the help of pharmacies. There are the trade unions who are the voluntary organization working for the rights of its members. And there are the government regulatory bodies like Department of Pharmaceutical and Medical Council of India who are making the regulations to regulate the entire pharmaceutical industry. So what is prevailing in unethical promotion is that there are many multinational companies in the market. There are domestic and local companies in the market, and they are competing against each other to grab a larger share in the market. They are offering the same type of products. They are also offering the irrational combination of the drugs. And due to the work stress, sales pressure, poor incentives, declining of the ethical values, it leads to unethical promotion of the drugs. And even the regulatory codes and the guidelines are ineffective at the ground level. To fulfill the greedy intentions, physicians, pharmaceutical companies, pharmacies, and hospitals are involved directly or indirectly in the unfair drug trade promotion practices. The immoral trade practices are enjoyed by the stakeholders due to the poor regulations in the pharmaceutical industry. The business ethics and the values are declining, and the noble medical profession is shifted to a greedy medical profession at the cost of patient care. There are also other problems like the work-induced stress, poor conditions in which the medical representatives are working. They're also facing the work-life imbalances and the declining ethical business values. Harassment by the management, unfair labor practices are the prime target agenda of the trade union of the medical representatives. So what is trade union basically? Trade union is an voluntary organization or association of the employee who are bonded together by a common motive for the purpose of protecting their interest in connection with the trade. So the trade union has a role. They fight for their rights of their members, especially for the medical representatives' rights. They agitate, they demand, and they try to attempt to regulate the just trade and promotional practices. And they raise their issues to the regulatory bodies and to the management of the pharmaceutical companies. The major objective of this study is to study the role of the trade union, specifically in curbing the unethical promotion of drugs in the pharmaceutical industry. Here I will talk about the review of literature and their contribution. Some key review of literature is there. Kunthur in 2020 in the newspaper reported that during pandemic, the pharmaceutical companies are forcing the sales promotion employees to work in the field. And even the government has imposed lockdown in various cities. Even though pharmaceutical companies are forcing their sales employees to work in the field, many companies, they also ask the 15 plus age of employees to opt for the voluntary retirement. They also do the salary cuts. They put the pressure to work online and to achieve the sales target in these difficult times. They also force to work in the infection prone areas in the hospitals and in the pharmacies. The Federation of Medical Representative Association of India also demand COVID insurance cover from the drug manufacturer to their marketing personnel. Gadre and Diwate in 2019, they also conducted a study on promotional practices of the pharmaceutical industry and implementation status of the related regulatory codes in India. The study was basically qualitative in nature, and the data was collected by the medical representatives and with the help of in-depth interview. The major findings was that initially the promotional strategy was all about detailing the scientific information and providing scientific information to the physicians. But now it has been changed from scientific information to persuading the doctors, convincing the doctors on producing more and more business by using any of the means. The ethics and the regulatory guidelines are getting circumvent to accomplish the benefits. And often these regulatory guidelines are violated in the field. The pharmaceutical company, with the help of medical representatives, they offer high value gifts, they provide in sponsorships, they give the inducements, they also give the incentives to the physician for the prescription. They also do an emotional appeal. They also do their personal services, and they do not hesitate to bribe the physicians. And these are the tactics basically used by the pharmaceutical companies to allure the doctors. And due to the fierce competition and easy entry into the market, the companies offering the similar type of products, irrational dose combination drugs and high value drugs are pushed into the market, and hence creating the pressure on the medical representatives to get more and more business for their brand. The training duration of the medical representative when it join a pharmaceutical company, it is reduced to 2 or 3 days. Initially, it was 15 days, or you can say a week, in which it was taught about all the ethical promotion practices and about the product information. But now it has been reduced to only 2 or 3 days. And the scientific and ethical promotion of drugs is often overlooked in the training program also. In Tribune 2020, the Chandigarh Medical Representative Association claimed that the drug organization are forcing an unendurable workload on them to accomplish the sales target. These pharmaceutical companies are enjoying the unfair trade practices by mounting unnecessary tensions on the medical representatives to accomplish the sales target. And if somebody raises voice against this practice, the person is either terminated or transferred out to the distance locations. The medical representatives are also being put under unlawful surveillance by real-time reporting through iPads and cell phones with the help of GPS. And even they are asking the medical representatives to work beyond 8 hours with no additional time benefits, and there are no constraints on them. The union also alleged that the drug companies restrict the medical representatives to join the trade union. The union demands the state government to intervene and simplify worker-friendly labor laws and reestablish the congenial and conducive working environment. Dandekar in 2016, in its newspaper, also reported that the FMRAI, it's a trade union basically, it claims that the 50 sales representatives were terminated illegally by AstraZeneca, a British pharmaceutical company, a multinational company. And 50 sales representatives were terminated illegally by mounting pressure, and they were pressurized to sign the resignation letter. The union basically denounced the mass scale forceful termination and demanded withdrawal of termination, and threatened the pharmaceutical company to go for the industrial action. Here we will talk about the methods. The study is purely qualitative in nature, and 50 medical representatives and their secretary personal members of FMRAI trade union are chosen, and the in-depth interview was taken for the primary data collection.
Sorry to disturb, Mr. Harshit. Is it a structured interview?
It was basically unstructured interview.
Okay.
Because this data what we have collected is sensitive in nature, because it is very difficult that people will talk about the unethical trade practices. The major roles that has come up, that the trade union of the medical representatives can play a very important role in eradicating the unethical promotion of drugs. The roles are militant role, representation role, advisory role, whistleblower role, educator role, negotiator, and patterner role. Now we will discuss the different roles of a trade union for the unethical curbing of the unethical promotion of the drugs. Even in the times of pandemic, it has come across that many cases of black marketing, hoarding, spurious drug supply, looting the patient in the name of treatment are reported, and the involvement of various stakeholders are a big surprise to us. The trade union can play a bigger role in curbing these unethical promotional practices and trade practices of drugs. And it also helps in promotion of the ethical culture in the pharmaceutical industry. First, I will talk about the militant role that a trade union can play. The militant role is basically is to struggle for the rights and interests of its member through various activities, to protect the medical representatives from the victimization and injustice by the management of the pharmaceutical companies and their policies. The trade union basically adopts various tactics like going for a all India strike, gheravs, boycotts, go slow picketing, threatening to obstruct the managerial work and business activities if the demands are not met. The unethical promotion of the drugs by various types, basically offering various types of costly inducement in the name of education and sponsorship, bribing the physician for the business. The pharmaceutical companies make undue pressure on medical representatives to increase the sales by unethical means in the name of activity. This is the famous word activity. In the name of activity, they do various unethical promotional practices. And even the trade union with its members restrict the pharmaceutical companies and their sales personnel to go for this unethical business dealings with the physicians. The Uniform Code of Pharmaceutical Marketing Practices, this is basically a code of pharmaceutical marketing practices, especially issued by Department of Pharmaceutical in 2014. And it is basically voluntary in nature, it is not mandatory. And when we see the status of this code, it is ineffective in the field. So the union directs its own code of conduct for the marketing of the drugs. This is how the trade union can contribute towards curbing the unethical promotion of the drug with its militant role. Now coming to the representation role of the trade union. The trade union protect its members and they fight for their rights. Its objective is to earn the recognition of the pharmaceutical companies to improve the working conditions. So trade union fights for its own recognition in the pharmaceutical companies. Even the pharmaceutical company also know that if we will work together with the trade union, definitely it will be a mutual benefit to each other. So the grievances of the medical representatives in the field, that is related to the unrealistic targets, offering of the poor incentive by the pharmaceutical companies, excessive mobile and iPad surveillance of the field force, transfers, undue pressure to go unethical by managers can be brought to the service. The prompt representation of the trade union on the concerned matter could help the medical representatives in handling the emotional and physical problem arising due to work. Now, the advisory role. The trade union leaders and their members, they have a very good expertise on dealing with the statutory acts. They have very good understanding about these acts and how to deal with these acts. There are various acts like Drugs and Cosmetics Act, Drugs and Magic Remedies Act, the Sales Promotion Employees Act, even the other code of drug promotion, which is given by Medical Council of India, even the labor laws, industrial dispute acts, and other regulatory acts and codes like UCP, MCP, OPPI, and other codes. So the trade union basically gives the legal advices to its members on drug promotion. It gives advices on trade and labor activities for any confrontation, if there is any confrontation with the pharmaceutical company, for any sort of victimization and violation of any law. The union also advises and supports the members to deal with any undue demands if it is made by the pharmacies, if it is made by the physicians or the supervisors and the hospitals in the name of promotion of the drugs. Now coming to whistleblower role of the trade union. There are many instances and there are many cases of the poor supply of the drugs. There are many cases that the drugs are of poor quality. These are the substandard drugs. Misbranded also. Sometimes it is adulterated and sometimes it is spurious and puts the consumer at life risks, even the financial losses to the manufacturer and mistrust on the healthcare sector. Especially the Indian consumer is unaware of all these phenomena and it often purchases the substandard and spurious drug because it is easily available in the market and it is available at a low price. There are falsified label drugs. Even the expired drugs are supplied in rural areas, which causes financial losses and health loss to the consumer. There are also the rising cases of drug abuses in which the chemists are directly involved in selling of the narcotic and antidepressant drugs.